folks, and welcome to a quick comics adjacent video. We're doing a quick mail call here, and this particular dent in my wallet has a little bit of blame going to Jared, the yard sale artist Albrick from the Longbox Crusade to blame, because I happened to see him doing a mail call unboxing on his channel from a company called Super 7, and he was getting these sort of G.I. Joe style monster figures, and I was like, I've never heard of Super 7, and so I went and took a quick look at the website, and I saw something I had to have. And part of why I had to have this, you have to understand a little bit my generation as being a comic book dork, as an elder millennial. And my love of comic book superheroes started as a kid. And it's weird to think about it now, but comic books were not popular. They were aimed at a much younger audience, and if you were into comics, you were not generally... That was not a cool thing to be. Usually the media that you could get that had superhero vibes to it were superhero adjacent. Things like Gizmo Duck and DuckTales, or Darkwing Duck, or even really, really rough animated series like Defenders of Dynatron City. And slowly but surely things kind of got better from there. So by the time you got to the late 90s with Blade and the X-Men, and then I think really the thing that tipped the scales was the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie.
You're amazing. Just to take it in for a minute.
Yeah. I can take it. No, I can take it.
You are amazing.
I can take it.
You are amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Will you say it?
No, I kind of needed to hear that. Thank you.
Then comic books became popular, but even before Gizmo Duck and Darkwing Duck, you had things like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends and the Super Friends. But even before that, on a lovely little street called Sesame Street, you had Super Grover. And I've always loved Grover as a Muppet. He was the main theatrical actor on Monsterpiece Theater. Grover was my Muppet. And my favorite bits of all involving Grover were the Super Grover sketches, where he was basically a Superman equivalent and engaging in all kinds of superheroic hijinks, flying through the air with his metal helmet and the cape. And Super Grover was my jam. And so... a good friend of mine once got me a set of Grover novelty, the monster at the end of this book socks. Like the desktop background on my computer is an absolutely gorgeous image of the piece that Alex Ross did of Super Grover. And so when I saw that Super 7 had a Super Grover, I got super nostalgic and I had to have it. And so I gave it a quick order. And so we're gonna go ahead and unbox this and see if it meets up to any kind of expectation. It does have a variant. 1 out of every 8 is a glitter infused Super Grover, and I was literally talking about this afternoon, telling my friends that a couple of my friends that I'd ordered it, hadn't opened it yet. I honestly don't know whether I want the variant or not. Looking at the images on screen, honestly, the standard one looks more classic Super Grover to me, and so it seems to go against the grain. But this is this is for the personal collection. It's a bit of nostalgia, and so I kind of don't care whether I get the rare or just a standard, as long as it looks cool, because I know exactly where it's going. I was like, what the heck is this? You get a Super 7 sticker, so we now have a sticker of a company I've known existed for just a little bit. This is very light. It honestly almost feels like empty paper. So this is smaller than I would have expected. And it is the Adventures of Super Grover, the most lovable superhero action figure. It's listed as number 7 on the box. Able to leap tall sandwiches in a single bound, and I am cute, too. And so, as I mentioned before, the worn cape Super Grover is 7 out of every 8. And then there's the electric glitter Super Grover variant that's 1 out of every 8. And again, this channel collects for love and nostalgia, not for resale. So we're going to open up the thing, and we're not even going to be careful with the packaging. And we've got it open, and it has a package within a package. I kind of love the inside package even more than the outside package, but oh my god, this thing is tiny. It's just in terms of sheer size, particularly relative to the price point. This ran before shipping, it ran for $25, and in terms of size and packaging, it's kind of giving cereal box price. And so I'm hoping I'm going to be more pleasantly surprised when I open it up, but we will see. Okay, so we have the standard. It is not the glittery one. I'm kind of happy with that. Like I said, I was looking at the glitter one and wasn't really feeling it. And so it's posable. It's got some movable. The legs can move in a limited way. The mask goes up and down. I kind of love that. I do wish it were larger, a little bit, but yeah, Super Grover. And I know exactly where Super Grover is going to live. Super Grover is going to live in my office on campus so that when students come in, they can get a look at my childhood hanging out on the windowsill. And so just a quick mail call for a little comic-adjacent nerdery that came in the mail. I do wish it were a little bit larger, but in terms of the quality, it's a high-quality piece. In terms of the shipping speed, it came ridiculously fast. Other than being a little bit on the smaller side, I'm very happy with this, and it's going to be a fun addition to the all kinds of new goofy nostalgia that lives in my office. So until the next time, have you all a good day. Hey folks, if you made it this far into the video and you also like hunting for nostalgia, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It'll do me a solid. Have a good one, y'all.